What about having autonomous self-healing on UiPath automations whenever there is a UI-related issue that might be caused due to application interface changes or even unexpected pop-ups, and at the same time get actual recommendations to reduce the amount of time spent on troubleshooting and debugging and get quick resolutions to fix issues as soon as possible to get your automations back and ready to run again. This might sound like a dream for automation developers and automation maintenance teams, but it's actually possible with UiPath Healing Agent, and we'll see how on this tutorial. So to get started with the healing agent, there is some prerequisites that must be fulfilled. One of them is to have the studio on the latest community version and having the robot on the 24.10 or later. And also very important to have the Y automation activities package on the 24.12.5-preview version or later. So, having this in mind, let's get started with our tutorial. So, I've just created here a simple HTML file that displays a form. And so I've already built here the automation that will fill this form. So just to give a brief overview, this type into here, we can see that we are using a string selector that it's mainly targeting the input field by looking through the ID. Also, the last name is the same thing, the same approach. Then for the email address, I'm using instead here a fuzzy selector. Also, at the same time, using an enter. So these to test different interface changes to see how healing agent behaves, both with changes on ID of the element, but also changes on the label, for example, that is used as enter. So that is to test different scenarios. And then here for the submit button, also we are using a strict selector, but I made here to rely also on the name that is on the button. That wasn't really required, but many times it's the case. So we will try also the case of changing the text of the button to see if healing agent is able to understand and recover or provide recommendations to fix the issue properly. So now that we can have the overview of what we have here, first let's publish our project. So we just click here on publish. So then we will add the process on bypass orchestrator. So it's publisher. So now let's go back to orchestrator. And so I'll just have here the process healing agents. And so here on the latest tab at additional settings, we can see two specific settings related to the healing agents. So on this enable healing agent 1, we can enable the healing agent to provide recommendations on how to fix issues on running jobs in the future. And then we have an additional option which allows to enable or disable the healing agent self-healing. So meaning that if we enable this option, the healing agent will not only provide recommendations on how to fix issues, but also will at runtime when the jobs are running and there is any UI automation issue, the agent will try to self-heal to allow the automation to run properly until the end. So this is something else that we can change when running the job manually, for example. So here we are just setting the process default values for the parameters, the default settings. So let's just now click here on create. The process was created successfully. So now let's just start the job to make sure everything is working properly. So was open now the browser on the form, and here we can see that everything worked as expected without any errors. And by the way, we can see here on the feedback here where it says autopilot that the job was completed without any issues requiring self-heal. So now let's do some changes on the form. So for example, here for the first name, we can see the ID first name, which is being used to target the first name input field, as we can see here on the project. So let's try change the name to name, for example. And so now if we open again the page, we can see that the ID was changed to name, meaning that now if we run the bot, it will not be able to find the element. So we can check that here. If we open strict selector, we can see that now the selector isn't valid anymore. So let's see how it behaves, the healing agent. So let's start another job. And for now, let's just leave the healing agent enabled without the self-healing. And so the job already started. And so if we take a look here on the logs, we can see that failed the selector and that the healing agent started the recovery analysis. So it's trying to understand the issue and now to fix it. So that will provide actionable tips to fix the issue quickly. So now we just have to wait some time to let it to finish. The job execution ended, and you can see that it ended as faulted, and that was expected with the change that we have done on the input field. So now, if we open the job details, here we can see a new tab called healing agent, and from here we can get more details about the error that happened, and now see basically the analysis that was done by the healing agent. So here we can see basically the display name of the activity that failed, which was the type into for the first name input field. And here you can see that error that happened. Then we can see more details on the error. So basically the target element could not be found using the current selector definition, meaning that the current selector to target the first name input field is not valid. And that a new target talent definition was generated for the activity. So basically, healing agent already created a valid selector, so the automation will be able to target again this input field that we have changed. And you'll see in a few seconds how we can get this new selector that healing agents already generated and apply it to our automation. And so then below, we can see here the screenshots that were taken when the error happened. And so here we can see the healing agent suggestion, which is consider updating activity with a new target, which was generated by the healing agent. And so how we can use basically the new target. So basically the recommendation of healing agent to fix our problem, our error. So we have two ways. We can either open the project directly on UiPath Studio by clicking here on this button, and the project will be opened, and the healing agent analysis will be automatically loaded. So what we can do instead, on this case, is to simply download the debug file. And so then we can load this file on our project on autopilot, and basically we can get at the same way the healing agent analysis. So file downloaded. So now if we go back to the project, here on autopilot panel, let's click where it says import debug file. So for the healing agent, so let's click here and select the debug file that we have downloaded right now. And here you can see that was loaded the healing agent data. So here you can see the fact activities and all the details that we are able to see on UiPath Orchestrator. And here you can see the healing agent suggestion to fix the issue, which is updating the selector from this one. This is the one that we are currently using for this one, which has updated ID matching an ID that the input field has currently. So we can click on apply to easily apply the new selector to the type into activity that failed. And so now we just have here to confirm the new selector. So it appears these two. So we are able to test to see if it's working well. So we can, for example, just open here the page. And so now let's just click on apply again. As you can see that the selector now is working. So let's confirm. And with that, we have applied the fix provided by the healing agent. So here, if we go now to the string selector, you can see that the selector was updated and it's valid. Now let's try some more changes on the form to test the healing agent even further and to see how the self-healing option behaves. So if it really does the self-healing and how it works. So for example, on email address, I am using here an answer, which is basically the email label as we can see here. So here you can see that we are using the label as an answer. So let's try change the label to email address, for example. So here, let's add email address. And then here for the button, we can see that we are using just so we can easily test the self-filling. We are using here the name that is contained on the element. So the submit, it's sure that we could use here the button and the type only to define the selector. But let's see how it behaves when the text is changed. So here we can change the button text to confirm, for example. And let's save and see how the healing agent behaves now. So I'll just publish a new version on the orchestrator. So with the selector updated for the first name input field. So the project is being published. So now let's just update the process and from updates. So now let's start a new job. So now let's enable the self-healing. So make sure you have this option checked. And let's start and let it run. So let's wait the automation to finish. And here you can see that the job execution already ended. Let's just be check if any error happened. Okay, I must close here to update the changes that I've done. So it was with the previous version. So let's start a new job with self-healing enabled. And now we should see some delay because here we can see now email address is not being found automatically by the selector that we are using on our project. So healing agent will start and will try to self-fill the execution to fix the error automatically. And then it will hit another error, which will be on the confirm button, which previously was submit, and we have changed the text to confirm. So now let's just wait some time to let the healing agent finish the analysis and self-healing and the job and execution. As you can see that the healing agent did the self-healing properly, so it was able to fix the error in runtime and fill the email address. So now the healing agent is working for sure on the submit button. So let's wait some time. And the execution ended successfully. So since the self-filling worked for both the mail address change and also for the change that we have done on the submit button. So now if we open the job details, here you can see on healing agent that there happened two self-healing actions. So one for the type into activity. So here we can see all the details for the type into, and also here we can see the recommended new selector to target properly the element where we have changed the answer from email to email address. And then here we can see now we can from here go to the other error that happened that was also self-filled automatically. So here for the click on the submit button, which we have changed it to confirm. So here we can see all the details. And also here we can see the original selector. And now here is the recommended one. So as there is just a single button, it updated the selector, not updated, it is providing the suggestion to update the selector for this one, which is only using the tag attribute to target the button. So now let's try just these options just to be different. So I'll just close the project and click here to open its studio. And so it will automatically load here the healing agent data and the self and the suggestions to fix the issues. So here we can see for the type into. So let's accept this change. So I'll just open here the form so we can easily validate. So let's click here on apply. And here we can see it's working out well. We can confirm that. Let's confirm. And now we have yet another error that happened, which was the click. So let's here open for the click on the submit button. And so here we can see all the details, the screenshots, the current selector that is not working. And now here we can see the newly suggested one, which here appears with the confirm, which something I think I didn't see here on the recommended on Orchestrator. Weird, but yeah, I'm not sure why this is happening, but let's see. So let's click on apply. And we can see that it's working properly. So here we can see that the healing agent provided a valid suggestions to fix our issues, and that the self-healing really worked properly. Now some more details around the healing agent. I've noticed on the recent UI automation activities package that now on the use application browser and UI automation activities, there is a new property called healing agent mode that basically allows you to have more granular control whether where you want to use a healing agent on a specific activity or not. So for example, on the job settings, on the process level settings, you have enabled self-healing and the healing agent. But then at the specific steps of the project, you might want to don't follow that settings. And so basically, instead of integrate the job settings, you might want to disable the healing agent at specific activities, or just want to use recommendations. So basically disable the self-healing. So basically UiPath gives you very granular control where you might want to use the healing agent or not. And talking about the cost of the healing agents, at least until today, the healing agent is free, but very probably it will have a cost in the future that probably will be translated on AI units consumption. And yes, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope you liked it. And if it was the case, please give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel and notifications bell so you don't miss any tutorial produced here on the channel.